Citizens of the Reject Nation, Greg here. Johnny,
John,
how you feeling, bud?
I am wide awake and ready to go.
Let's do this. We got ourselves an official clip for She-Hulk, a show John has always believed in.
I have.
Since the get-go.
I'm excited.
I'm very excited for the show. Love the last trailer. Love the featurette that we got as well. The more we see of this, the more I'm enjoying it. And we got like a minute clip here. So let's hop into it. But before we do, I'm going to ask you guys kindly, Hulk smash that like button. Doesn't take too much effort. So put the effort in. Don't be lazy. All right, guys, we will be reacting to the show, so do keep a lookout for when those reactions come out. Let's get to it.
Being a Hulk asks for balance.
Okay, that makes sense. Look at the yoga. Wow.
It's easy.
Little punk.
Cut out the middle finger part.
So I'm clearly nailing it at all of these things. When am I ever going to use this as a lawyer?
Jen, when you have powers like this, it's like putting a target on your back and the backs of all the people you care about.
Oh, cool. Yet another way my life is ruined. Thanks, Bruce.
All right. All I've been doing is showing you the downsides of being a Hulk, but there are a few upsides.
Let's do it.
Our bodies metabolize alcohol at an incredibly fast rate,
Like Captain
which
America.
means that we can drink so much and not get drunk.
What
Oh.
if you want to
Buzz, no barf.
Just good.
The Hulk's an alcoholic.
alcohol click?
Oh, very nicely done there, Johnny. Very nicely done. Well, what'd you think?
It was a very charming clip, you know? I mean, one of the most appealing things about the show is seeing how Bruce and Jennifer Walters will interact with each other. I mean, this was a slight clip, but even just from this little glimpse, I feel like they have a lot of chemistry, and I'm excited to see how that unfolds into the rest of the show and how the show itself carries on this theme of the upsides and the downsides of being a Hulk.
Are you excited to see those comments come in of people being like, can't believe they made She-Hulk stronger than Hulk?
Yes, that's what I'm anticipating the most because, you know, clearly if you look at the two of them in these images, I mean, she's physically smaller than him, so that's ridiculous and impossible.
Well, you know, I could see those comments definitely coming in already. This actually gives us a good insight into the kind of character arc that she's going to be having here. I mean, trying to live, you know, both the personal life, have the career as being a lawyer while trying to also simultaneously balance it with being, you know, a character with superhuman abilities now. Like, should she also be a superhero while also trying to be a protector of people, follow this legal law path as well? You know, there's some stuff with the CGI that still looks a little bit off to me, but maybe it'll be improved by the time it comes out. At the same time, though, I was thinking about it that because of the kind of tone the show seems to be aiming for, the kind of tone the show seems to be striking, CGI I think is not really as big of a deal to me as it was when I first thought. Only because, like, it feels like it's supposed to be at times, like, a little bit goofy and a little bit silly. And then perhaps the CGI should really, like, click and be dynamic when it really counts. That's what I imagine that they're actually going to be going for. And I am enjoying seeing that Mark Ruffalo looks like he's going to be a prevalent part of this journey. But I do kind of want, down the road for them, hopefully, to go back to a little bit more of the rageful, imposing Hulk. You know, it was kind of interesting looking back at because it's Silo Monaco do the Incredible Hulk reaction and watching it back. I'm like, man, we've come a long way.
Yes,
Ever since that Thor Ragnarok, we have made that Hulk way funnier.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I mean, he's just pretty much a sentient guy now who's like totally well-adjusted, really funny. And being a Hulk has really few downsides any longer.
Wonder if they'll do anything to maybe set us up for Bruce Banner, be able to now shift in between being human Bruce Banner with the gray hairs we saw in the Shang-Chi trailer, you know, go into Professor Hulk mode, you know, be who we see here in this trailer. Because, yeah, I mean, I like the idea of seeing some more of the fun Hulk and seeing some more the upsides of being a Hulk, because that's what I feel like, you know, Avengers Endgame really gave us, where he was able to mesh best of the both worlds together. Now getting to see some of the more partying fun side and perhaps practicing some of that balance and yoga training, because it's like Hulk had the rage problems and She-Hulk seems like she's frustrated. Has a temper.
She's just annoyed.
Yeah.
She's just kind of bummed by the circumstances. Yeah, it does make me wonder about like the conflict, because we're obviously going to at least see the origin of, her getting this blood transfusion, the effects of immediately realizing what is changing within her. And I wonder, like they've given us like kind of precious little of that. We've seen so much of them training together, so many of these, kind of situations that are played for whimsy because she is so well adjusted to them. And yeah, it makes me wonder if for Jennifer Walters, if there will be any kind of adverse effect aside from the mental personal struggle with it, but also will this maybe spell something for Bruce that adds to maybe a conflict for his character, or something to give us like a thread moving forward as to where he might go or as to how he might evolve. Because what I'm getting from these trailers, it's obviously like a really fun prospect to get the two of them together, but part of me wonders if we'll only see Bruce a lot in the first chunk of the show when they're in Mexico doing this training and stuff like that, before she really kind of has the balance about how to go about being the lawyer, being She-Hulk at the same time. I like that they're leading with it, but I also feel like it might be a bit of a mislead in that I don't think that necessarily the whole show is just going to be like them chumming around.
Yeah.
But even so, yeah, I feel like they could introduce some interesting, character themes for Jennifer, but also, yeah, some kind of kickoff point for where we could see Bruce go next, and maybe that will have some greater sense of peril or sense of struggle or sense of, I don't know, anguish of some kind, because, yeah, like Professor Hulk is such a well-adjusted character by now. And not that that's a bad thing, but also, too, if you look back past the MCU, it's like you have the Ed Norton movie, and you have all the different Mark Ruffalo appearances, but he hasn't had his own solo Hulk venture. And I feel like at some point down the line, it would still be kind of good to get that. And I feel like if you're going to do that, you still need some element of the beast within that's hard to control. So, yeah, it makes me wonder about the whole thing. But as it stands, I really do like the both of them together. And I love, the anticipation of seeing how that's going to unfold. And I hope there's more to that than the trailers are giving us so far.
All right. Well, She-Hulk, we have arrived here. What did you guys think of this clip? Are you excited for the show? Leave your thoughts down below. You guys can subscribe, click that bell, leave a like, and also we got some patrons to shout out. Walkie-talkie.
Hey, Ashante!
The conclusion is primal evolution.
I'm rhyming with Ian Simon.
Frog.
Songhai Glover is too old for this shit.
It's never too soon to shout out Jacob Neptune.
It's just you and me, NMB.
Run from the cops, fan pops.
Alan Ling, that's the thing.
Logan Burden. I feel like I've done flirting and heard him too many times before. So Logan Burden.
Kira, I hear ya.
Eric Cons 39, not on my dime.
Kusi, Brucey.
Don't stare at the bear in the garage.
Nick X. Yeah, I shouldn't even be in this video. You're for adults.
Juan Longoria, yeah, Horia.
Gail Ferguson rhyme.
You're gonna be impressed, Mohammed Al-Shawrani. You're right on the money.
Jaron Warner Bros. We've already Warner Bros. You're a Warner Bro.
Biff the Cliff Rodriguez.
Master Tonsils.
Thank you to you guys for joining our Patreon page. You'll be getting shouted out again this month because, this counts for July. Don't worry. We know the math. We know.
It's all up here.
Don't yell at us. We know the math.
You got it.
All right. Bye.
Love you.